Hi, y'all. Welcome to our weekly team call. This is our November attack call. It is the first Monday of November. Holy moly, the months are going by quick. This one's going to be a little bit different. We're going to start doing these the first Monday of every single month. We're going to just kind of start reflecting on the month that we had prior and kind of do gut checks and plan for the month ahead. So this is going to be a lot of just kind of planning, but also tough love sprinkled in there and some really tough discussions that you guys might not be ready for. So I really want you guys to just be present. No invites right now. Everybody just be present during this call as we go through it because it's a lot. So we're going to get through it. So I want y'all to just kind of, I love you guys. Like, I love y'all so much, but we've got to figure out where we're falling short here. Last month, I know a bunch of you guys had huge goals for yourself last month. Huge goals. A lot of you guys wanted to hit Emerald. A couple of you guys wanted to hit Diamond. And, those goals didn't happen. And I don't know if it was lack of trying or if it was just lack of motivation. But I'm going to ask you these questions to kind of get started. And I really want you guys just to reflect on them. I don't want you to say anything. I don't want you to raise your hand. I don't want anything. I just want you to reflect on them because these questions were asked in a leadership thread I was in. And some of them are tough and it's going to take you a second to reflect on it, but y'all, it's something important. So the first one I want to ask you guys is how many of y'all set a goal last month and maybe tried for about a week to hit that goal and then you stopped because you got discouraged or it got hard or you got overwhelmed or you let life happen to you? Number two, how many of y'all showed up for a training or a team call and then left it and did nothing about it? You didn't implement it. You didn't think about it. You showed up and you did nothing about it. Okay. Number three, how many of y'all said, you sent invites? I asked you and you said, yeah, I sent 30 invites. Or how many of you guys said you would send invites and then never did it? Because you got busy, or because life got in the way, or because the newest episode of Grey's Anatomy was on, or because you didn't find it important at that time, or you were going to put it off and you were going to double up the next day, and then you were going to double up the next day, and then it never happened. How many of y'all feel stuck or discouraged by the progress you've made in your business, but you haven't done anything to change it? How many of y'all feel stuck or discouraged in your business, but haven't done anything to change it? Haven't implemented a new training, haven't brainstormed, haven't tried to learn something new. You just kind of keep beating the dead horse. And lastly, how many of y'all broke a promise to yourself? Maybe you promised that you were going to get yourself to Emerald and you knew you could do it, but you just didn't try hard enough. Or maybe you promised that you were going to finish this program and you never finished it because it got too hard. Or maybe you promised yourself that you were going to send those invites, but you got distracted by your kids or your husband or your wife or whatever and didn't send them. How many of y'all broke a promise to yourself? And I just kind of want you guys to sit and reflect on those questions because they're hard. They're not just some easy sugarcoat questions that you can answer. They're going to take some reflecting. And I know whenever I was asked those questions, some of them I was like, okay, I feel good about that one. Like, I feel good about that one. And then one of them hit me right in the gut. Hit me right in the gut because I knew it was true. And I knew what I needed to do, but I didn't do it. And at the end of the day, we have no one to blame but ourselves for that. We have no one to blame for us falling off track or for us putting our business to the wayside or for, us falling off of our nutrition, but ourselves. And so whenever I was reflecting over those questions, I was like, damn, like, you tell yourself you're doing everything you're supposed to. You tell me you're doing everything you're supposed to, but deep down that you're not. Deep down that the reason why you're not where you want to be right now, or the reason why you're not closer where you want to be right now, is because we're not only lying to me, you're lying to yourself. And I know that's hard to think about. And I know this is all coming from a place of love, because I had to check myself. Last month was a shitty month for me. Last month was bad. But guess what? We're going to have bad months. We're going to have bad weeks. We're going to have bad days, but we can't let that determine the course of our business, because if we dwell in it too much, we're going to run our business to the ground. And so just think about those questions and really think about them, because y'all, I know you guys are capable. I know you guys are capable of being these amazing rock star coaches. You guys wouldn't be here right now if you were not capable of being these amazing coaches. If you did not take your business seriously, you would not be here right now. Now, I want everybody to be here. Be present with me if you have your cameras off, because you need to, but I'm trusting you. You need to be present, because y'all, this is serious. I want you to really think about those questions as we move on through this call, because that is what's going to gut check you and let you know what happened last month. I had 3 people on the board last month, or 4 people. I had myself, who locked in Success Club, and I had 3 others with 2 Success Club points. Some of my amazing coaches here that I know you guys are capable didn't help a single person. Why? Can you pinpoint why you might not have? And not the excuses of nobody answered my messages, or nobody's wanting to buy from me, or, everybody I'm messaging is saying no. But the fact that you maybe just didn't try as hard as you think you did. Because I know I didn't. I know why I only put 30 Success Club points up is because I let shit get in my way that I shouldn't have. So now you have to gut check yourself and think, maybe I didn't help a single person because I didn't work my hardest. Like I know I can. All right, y'all. I really want you guys to think, because your coaching journey is just like your fitness journey, right? You want your challengers to commit. You want your people to commit to this journey. But if you're not committed to it yourself, if you're eating like shit but still posting and saying you're not, if you're, only half-assing your workouts and not even doing your nutrition, if you're not doing a fitness program start to finish, how do you expect to help your challengers do the same? I'm not saying you have to be perfect, y'all, but y'all, we have to think, if we're not working towards being the best us, how are we supposed to help other people be the best them? If we are not committing to our journey and to our program, how do we expect to help people commit? We're human. We mess up. We're not going to eat perfect all the time. We're not going to hit every workout. But if we're not even trying, how are we supposed to help people do it? And if we're not even trying, if we're not getting our results, which is our business, then y'all, how do we expect people to trust us? So you have to think, are you being the challenger that you want to have? Because if you're not, then how are you going to get upset if we are getting coaches canceling left and right? Because if we're not committing, if we're not drinking our shake every day, if we're not committing to our fitness, if we're not working out and being the best as possible, how do we expect to have our challengers do what we're not doing? Y'all, we've got to lead from the front. The same with our coaching. If I was only barely hitting Success Club 4, or if I was hitting Success Club 5 and that's it, how can I expect you guys to even get on the board? That's the same thing with you guys and your coaches. You guys, some of you guys have one, some of you guys have 8 coaches under you right now. I don't give an F if they're a discount coach or not. Some of you guys have working coaches, but how do you expect your coaches to do something you're not doing? Are you the coach you would like to have on your team? I want you to think about that. What you're doing right now, is it what you would want your coaches to be doing? So are you being consistent? Because you want your coaches to stay consistent. Are you letting maybe your depression or your anxiety rule your life instead of trying to take charge and putting your business in the forefront and working through it? Are you posting every day and inviting every single day? Because those are the things you want your coaches to do. So are you being the coach that you want to have on your team? Because if the answer is no there, y'all, we've got to lead by example. If we have to already go in thinking our coaches are only going to do half of what we do. Maybe. So that means I'm hitting Success Club. I hit Success Club 30 last month. If my coaches are doing half of what I'm doing, I'm not doing my job because y'all aren't even doing half of what I'm doing. So if you guys are hitting Success Club 2 or Success Club 4, how are you expect to have your coaches hitting Success Club? How are you supposed to expect to have your challengers hitting goals if you're not hitting your goals yourself, your fitness goals? If you are giving into the temptation every single day of McDonald's and going through the drive-thru and getting that Big Mac, how do you expect your challengers or your people that are watching you to take you seriously? How do you expect them to take you seriously if you don't take yourself seriously? Y'all, this is, at the end of the day, this is a business. We're not just playing around. We're not just playing on social media, taking a shit ton of pictures and looking all amazing. This is a business. So are you treating it like the business you want it to be? Are you treating this like your 6-figure business? Because y'all, that's what this is. This is going to be your 6-figure business one day. Are you treating it that way? I'm not asking if your husband thinks it's this business or what. Are you treating it like a business? Because I know Charmaine, and I'm calling you out here because I love you, she wasn't treating this like a business for a while. But the second she started treating this like a business, her husband started realizing it and respecting it as the business that it is. So when she started making non-negotiables, she started waking up earlier. She started making sure her invites were out before anything. And she's a busy mom of 2. She's not just got her shit together all the time. Like, she's got a busy little one around. But she made this a business and non-negotiables. And so her husband started realizing it. So y'all, that's all, at the end of the day, that's what we have to do as coaches, is we lead from the front. I am doing my best to lead from the front. I am showing you guys what's possible. Because y'all, I tell you this day in, day out, there's nothing special about me. I am the biggest, hottest mess you will ever meet. I cuss like a sailor. I burp on camera. I can't cook. I literally have just zits popping up everywhere, and I'm super zooming them bitches. Like, I don't care. So there's nothing special about me that I am doing something that you can't. The only difference between me and some of you guys right now, and I'm not saying all of you, but some of y'all right now, the only difference between me and you is I'm putting in the work. I am not letting being a mom and a wife and working full-time or whatever be my excuse. I'm letting that be my driver. I'm letting me being a mom be the reason why I show up to my job every day. I'm letting the reason of me being a wife be the reason I show up every single day to try to create a legacy for us. So are you using your family as an excuse, your job as an excuse, or are you using it as your driver? Are you using it as the sole purpose of what's driving you forward in this business? That makes you want to stay up till midnight and wake up at 5 a.m.? Are you using it as your driver? Now, I want to go over 5 things that, sorry, it's 4 things that are just non-negotiables, y'all. Just non-freaking negotiables. My son is an excuse to get shit done. Yeah, exactly, Charmaine. So the first one is, I want you guys to make sure these 4 things are at the forefront of what you're at the forefront of what you do this month. Because y'all, this month, it's November. It's no excuse November. The challenge packs have never been this low. We have never had more of a reason to have every single one of you guys in Success Club this month. And if you guys are not, you're not putting in the work. I'm sorry. And I know price is a thing, but that means we just have to get in that many more inboxes. Because $140. Let that soak in. $140. When I signed up, it was $220. Okay? It's normally $180. Right now, the cheapest one, which I'm doing every single one, is $140. There should be no reason why you cannot help 3 people with $140. No reason. So the first thing you guys need to do is commit. I want you guys to commit to a fucking program. And excuse my French, but I know how hard some of you guys have struggled with committing to a program, or how many programs you've went back and forth because you didn't like it, and then you quit it, and then you didn't like it, and you moved on, then you got bored, and then you quit again. You've got to commit. Because if you cannot commit to a program, how are you supposed to commit to your business? People are watching you. Even if it's 3 freaking people in your stories, they watch you do your workouts every single day. If you are jumping from program to program, what is that showing them? That these programs aren't worth committing to. That if my coach can't commit to a program, what is to say that I can? Or how is she supposed to help me commit? So right now, if you guys have already committed to a program and you're doing one, put it in the chat. If you guys have not committed to a program, you're starting tonight. I don't give an F if you have to work out at midnight. Decide the program and put that in the chat. You guys gotta commit. Y'all, the only reason Transform 20 is doing what it is for me right now is because I committed. Did y'all guys not hear that I went sober for 6 weeks? Like, bless my husband's soul, but he dealt with me sober for 6 weeks. Y'all know I don't give my margs up very easily. But I knew I had to commit to a program. And in that 6 weeks, I lost 14.5 pounds. I lost 19.5 inches. I have got people and interest out the wazoo because I took them on this journey with me and I showed them what is possible if you commit. So I'm asking you guys, are you showing your people, your followers, even if you only have 32 followers, what committing will do for them? Or are you showing them that you're falling off every other day and, I'm going to commit this Monday. Like, this Monday's the Monday. Like, it's going to happen. So we've got Live 4 still. So we're still committed. 2 weeks left to round 2. Perfect. Heather's doing 80-day obsession. All right, everybody's doing Live 4. Perfect. So you guys are all committed. So you guys, Charmaine's going to have end results in 2 weeks. Amanda's going to have end results in 2 weeks. Brittany, all of you guys will have program results in 2 weeks. Have you guys been sharing your results weekly? You guys should be sharing every single week of this journey. If I go to your page right now, in the first 6 posts, I should see a transformation. Oh my God, Allie, I haven't gotten an outside transformation yet. So fucking what? Talk about what's happened to you on the inside. Amanda's good at that. She's got a little bit of a transformation, but she talks a lot about what's going on inside of her. She talks a lot about how this is helping her mental health. The people know that this isn't always just about physical. So if you don't have a physical one, so what? Do a picture of you smiling. Talk about how much better you feel today. You guys got to share these things. And that takes me into my second thing. Y'all got to share everything. Like, you got to post everything. Y'all, do you know how much the most interaction I get on my stuff is my stories? And you know, the most stories that I get interaction on are my random, like off the freaking wall, stupid ass stories where I'm talking about like how I can't cook. Like, I got 6 replies to my air fried whole chicken that I barely made cooked. Like, I get replies on my freaking Old Navy obsession or my Dunkin'. Y'all do not realize how many messages I get daily for Dunkin'. Some of you guys join me because you know how obsessed I am with Dunkin'. Like, share everything. We cannot be so freaking worried about what the world thinks of us, because at the end of the day, the only ones we have to show is ourselves. And if you share the random shit, y'all, you're going to get conversations started in your inbox. Even if someone's just replying, oh my God, that's so funny. You fall during your workout, post it. You're going to get replies. That's going to conversations that could turn into sales. Or at least that's already planting a seed. Maybe you've got an obsession with Starbucks. I mean, I really don't hope not, Charmaine. But if you do, then share it. Like, I go to Charmaine's page. I already know she's obsessed with like Target and Starbucks. Like, it's disgusting how obsessed she is with it. I go to Amanda's page and I know I'm going to get stuff about mental health. Like, you guys need to have that thing that people know what they're going to get when they come to your page. Y'all already know right off the top of your head what happens when you come to my page. You're going to get Dunkin'. You're going to get non-cooking F mofo. You're going to get cuss words. And you're going to get my child. That's basically what you get. You're going to get entertained. So what do people expect when they come to your page? What have you branded yourself with? Are you showing up every single day? If I go to y'all's pages right now, when was your last post? When was the last time you shared that you have something to offer them? Because if I don't go to your page and know within 2 seconds that you have something to offer me, how the fuck do you expect me to buy something from you? So when was the last time you did a boot camp offer? Or when was the last time you invited someone through your stories? We have to know you have something to offer. But that goes to my third thing. You got to invite. I'm going to repeat it. You have to invite. Invite, invite, invite. I'm going to repeat it again because, y'all, invite is like the most important vital behavior. You've got to invite every single day. I'm not saying you have to invite 70 to 80 people every day, but I'm saying you got to invite someone every day. Because if you don't, the second you stop inviting, the second your business is dead. None of you guys, not even me, are in retention market. I like to use this analogy. So you guys, I'm having a party, like you having a party, you want to invite people. Do you think if you post on Facebook, hey, I'm having a party, here's my address, bring an appetizer, see you there as your status? Okay. That's like you doing a public invite. Do you know how many friends that from like high school, they're going to be like, she didn't mean that for me. I'm not, like, that's weird. I haven't talked to her. I'm not coming to her party. Or, oh, that wasn't meant for me. Do you really think you're going to get anyone to come to your party? No. But do you think if you go into that If you go into Susan from high school and invite her and send her a message and say, hey, Susan, I'm having a party on Wednesday or Saturday at 5 o'clock. Here's my address. Bring an appetizer. Please let me know if you can make it. Do you think you have more of a possibility to have people come to your party if you, I don't even know why I have this pen in my hand, if you invite them to your, if you invite them one-on-one versus in public? If y'all are saying the answer is yes, you are. So how do you expect to have people come to your boot camp, which is your party, which it should be a party? How do you expect people to come to your boot camp if you are not in their inbox inviting them, if they don't know you have something to offer them? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the whole, oh, I sent 60 invites today and I didn't get a single person to message me. Cool, me either. I sent 72 today. Guess how many I had message me back? 5. Guess how many of those were just supporting me? 3. Guess how many were interested? 1. But do you think I'm using that as an excuse? Do you think I'm getting discouraged by that? Do you think I am saying, oh, fuck it, like it's not meant for me? No, I'm doubling down and I'm sending more. Y'all, that's the difference between being successful and not being successful. If you look at your 72 invites and you think, oh my God, only 2 people messaged me back, that's a negative mindset. But if you look at those 72 messages or 70 messages and you say, oh my God, 2 people messaged me back, that's a positive mindset. So you're looking at it positively instead of negatively. So guess what? You're going to love on those 2 people like there ain't no tomorrow. And the likelihood of you signing somebody up from those 2 people is a lot more positive and a lot more likely than if you were going into it with a negative mindset. Are you staying consistent with your inviting? Y'all, I send 70 invites every single day now. I was only Monday through Friday. I am sending them 7 days a week now. And not because I have more time than you or more drive than you, because I know what it takes to be successful right now. I am not letting the fourth quarter, I'm not letting the slow time of the year be my deciding factor of how successful I'm going to be. Because guess what, y'all? At the end of the day, we are in control of how successful we're going to be in this business. I'm a mom, just like most of you guys. I'm a wife, just like most of you guys. I now work a part-time job too for help with Christmas. So I have that on top of my plate too. And I'm still showing up to you guys every single day. I'm still working at least 3 hours a day, even with working a Monday through Wednesday job. Some of you guys are choosing to watch TV instead of your business, and you wonder why your business isn't taking off. Some of y'all decide to sleep in instead of waking up earlier, and you wonder why your business isn't taking off. Some of y'all decide to watch TV after your children go to sleep instead of plugging into your business, and you wonder why your business isn't taking off. And I'm not calling anyone out, but if that sounds like you, how do you expect, if you're not putting in half the work that I am, how do you expect to be successful? Because I'm not special, that's why I have to put in a lot of work. There ain't nothing special about me. I just got drive and I have work ethic. So unless there's something magnificent about you, you're no more special than I am. We're just regular moms and wives and employees and women that are wanting to be successful. And that takes work. It takes grit, and it takes day and every single day dedication. This isn't just a sometimes I show up kind of job. If you want a full-time income, you need to work like it's a full-time job. I'm not saying you have to work 8 hours a day, but I'm telling you, if you only have an hour a day to work this business, that better be the most efficient hour of your life. Do you guys want to hear how my schedule goes now? I wake up 5 a.m. I sit there and I do work for an hour. As I read my personal development, which I have started audio so I can work too. I do my workout. I drop my daughter off at school. I sit in my car until I go into my part-time job, and I send invites or I message people back in my car until I have to go into work. I work for those few hours that I'm there. On my lunch break, I'm sending messages. I'm replying back to people. I get home. I come straight up to my office and I tell my husband before I cook dinner, I'm plugging in for an hour. I unplug, I cook dinner. I spend time with my family, and then I'm back up in here working until 11, 12 o'clock at night, and then I repeat. Not to scare you guys, but I want this to be a 6-figure business in a year. And so I'm working it like I'm going to have a 6-figure business in a year. If you want this to be a part-time thing, then you don't have to do what I do. But I'm telling you guys, if you have big goals for this business and you're not putting in big work, you're not going to hit those goals. And I mean that from the lovingest place in my heart. I really want you guys to just think, which you guys have been doing better. Some of you guys are still brand spanking new, but y'all, we cannot let that be an excuse as to why we're not putting ourselves out there. I'm just such a new coach. I just want to learn as much as I can. Y'all, you're never going to learn everything about everything. You've just got to do it. Like Adriana, she doesn't know everything she knows, but she goes on live video and she does stuff that scares the shit out of her. And she's just learning as she goes. We just have to learn as we go. But y'all, you've got to figure out what your superpower is. Like I tell y'all all the time, my superpower is consistency. I am disgustingly consistent. I show up through deaths. I show up through sickness. I show up through headaches and heartaches, and I show up through everything. I show up through my depression. I show up when I'm not feeling like it, because I know I can't just call out of my job if I'm feeling like shit. I know I just can't choose when I show up to a job. And that's what this is, y'all, is a job. And the second you start treating it like a job is when it's going to start paying you. Because right now, y'all, you're wasting your time if you are not going to start treating this like a job. Showing up to these team calls, all that stuff, you're wasting your time if you are not going to treat this like the business that it is. Like if you get off this call and you turn the TV on, you figure out what show you're going to watch on Netflix, and then you go to bed, and then you wake up tomorrow and you do what you've just been doing for the last however many months you've been a coach. If you don't put action behind these calls, you're wasting your time, and you're wasting my time, because I put these for you value. These calls are what built my business. As you guys know, Ashley Molstad's my coach. She's the #1 coach of the network. She helps over 200 people a month get started in her journey. Do you really think she had time for me? Do you really think I got this one-on-one training with her? Do you really think I had success pods where I pop in and talk to you guys every single day? No. I didn't have a hands-on coach. She did the best she could, but there's way too many of us, and there was only one of her. Y'all, you have me who wants you to be successful and who puts value into you guys every single day. That's already something more than I had. So invite every day. I want you guys to think hard. What is a realistic number that you guys will make sure and make a non-negotiable that every single day you invite that exact same number? It doesn't have to be my 70. It can be 20, it can be 10, but that number has to be a non-negotiable. You have to have that number be something that if at 11 o'clock at night you haven't sent those numbers, guess what? Your ass isn't going to bed until you send those invites. So you have to look at your schedule and you have to think, what is a realistic number? And then message me. And I'm going to tell you if you're being an idiot or not. Love you. Number 4, the final thing. Hold on. Show up for these team calls. Right now, you guys are leaders. I don't care what rank you are. I don't care about anything. If you are showing up for this call right now, you are a leader. You are putting your business as a priority and showing up and making these calls a priority. You are a leader. These calls are not put on for my health. I don't do them because I have just all this time in the world. I don't do them because I love staying up till 10 o'clock at night doing these calls. I do them to help y'all. So if every call you don't show up to unless someone's dying or you're literally on your deathbed is a slap in my face. That you guys don't value my time and the resources that I pull to put these calls. All those guest speakers that I have for you guys, those amazing guest speakers that you guys love so much, I have to go out and find them, and then I have to trade calls with them and help their team. So that's another night I'm away from my family. But I do it for y'all. And so if you guys aren't showing up for them, what does that tell me? What are you telling me? I just don't think it's that big of a priority. My husband wants me to cook dinner right now. Your husband can wait for his food until after the call. This is a business meeting. You can't just choose when you show up for business meetings. So since you guys are making this a priority, guess what? That means you're making your business a priority. These calls are every single night on Mondays at 9 Eastern. Rain or shine, unless I reschedule because I've had a death or something major is going on. But I do it when I'm sick. I do these calls when I'm happy. I do these calls whenever I feel like death. I do these calls whenever I hate the world because I love you guys and I want you guys to be successful. And so if you love me and you take your business seriously, you'll make them a priority every single Monday. I also have calls every single Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for y'all. Again, I don't do those calls for my health. I don't do them. I am literally leaving my part-time job and doing those calls for you guys. Granted, it's only a seasonal. I'm only going to be there for a few months, but still, I am making them a priority because I want you guys to be successful. I don't have enough time to invest in one-on-one calls with every single one of you. But I want you to be able to ask your questions and brainstorm and want to learn more and to be more efficient in your business. And if you're not showing up for those calls and then you're messaging me having all these questions, I'm going to tell you tough shit. Because those calls are what those are for. So are you making those a priority? Those are 2 calls. You have 7 days, 24 hours a day. That is 2 calls. That is 2 hours out of your week of, I'm not even good at math, but there's a shit ton of hours in the week. Why are you not making those 2 hours a priority to show up? If you're at work, cool, put a headphone in, dial in. But I know a lot of y'all are stay-at-home moms. I know a lot of y'all have flexible jobs. Make them a priority. Because if you don't make it a priority, I'm going to stop showing up for y'all for those calls. I want to help you guys. It breaks my heart sometimes. Sometimes I'm crying because I love you guys so much and I have gotten to know y'all as people so much that when y'all are not successful, I feel like a failure. Which I know is not true because I do everything I can. I show up for y'all. Are you showing up for yourself? Are you making yourself and your business a priority in your life? It literally should be your kids, your husband. I mean, I guess they could be side, but usually kids come first. Your husband, your real job, and then this. Or hell, your real job and this can be like right here. Is this up in those top 3 priorities? Because if it's not, you're wasting your time. Because this isn't easy, like I tell you guys. Every single week, this is not easy. And if you aren't making it a priority, and if you're not showing up like it's a priority in one of your top 3s, you're not going to end up making a successful business. You're going to end up being one of the 10 coach cancellations I've had in the last 2 weeks. And I don't want that. So I know this call was a little harsh. I know it was a little deep, but sometimes we need to gut check ourselves. Do you want what you did in September, how you treated your business in September, how you treated your fitness journey in September? Where did that get you in September? Are you on track to repeat that? Do you want to repeat the September you had? You don't have to answer out loud. But y'all know how you acted in September for your business and how you acted for your fitness journey in September. Do you want to repeat that? Is that the kind of work ethic that's going to make you successful? Because if it is, great. But I'm pretty sure it's not, because I was the only one who locked in Success Club. And like I tell you guys, Success Club's bare minimum. That's 3 people in an entire month. I hope 3 people today. And like I told you guys, there's nothing special about me. I just know when push comes to shove, I will work circles around anybody. I believe in myself that much. I know what I am capable of. And if you put me up against somebody, or if you put me up against a wall, I'm going to work circles around everybody in that room. I don't give a F how successful they are. I'll be like, bet. Sometimes you got to be like that, y'all. So those 4 things, I'm going to repeat them. 1, you've got to commit to a frickin' program. Those programs you better complete. Heather, you better complete 80-day obsession. Amanda, you better complete Lift 4. Charmaine, Lift 4. Everybody else is Lift 4. 2, you got to talk and invite, and you got to talk on your social media. You've got to talk about things. The little things, the big things, you got to act silly. You got to be just authentically you. I'm not saying you have to be me. I'm not saying you have to be Ashley Molstad or Emily Favre. I am saying you need to be you. Because if you're not being you, you're going to attract the wrong people. And there's nothing worse than having to spend time with people that are not your people because you try to act like someone you're not. You've got to be you and show up consistently. And 3, you've got to fucking invite. And I know that was a little harsh, but you got to. Inviting is a non-negotiable. If you are making it, if you are the type of person, I will be honest with you guys, I hate coach invites. They make my skin crawl. I get all tense. My heart starts beating really heavily when I have to send a coach invite. Like, I get anxiety. It's bad. I was the person that I had a call with my coach. And I'm the person that I would say I'm going to send 10 coach invites every day. And then tomorrow, ended up being 20 because I didn't get my 10 in before. And then the next day it's 30 because I didn't get the 10 in the day before and the 10. And it just keeps adding up. And by the time you're like, how am I supposed to send 80 coach invites if 10 intimidates me? And so then you just don't do it. I have had to start making my skin crawl to do it. And you know what? I'm going to, because that's what successful coaches do. So are you going to send your however many you say you're going to send every day? Because that's what successful coaches do. And then are you going to show up for these team calls every single week? There's also a Follow Your Bliss team call on Tuesdays. I'm okay with you guys catching the recording on that. because I have to, because I can't spend another night at 9 o'clock away from my family. But are you catching these team calls, our team calls? And I know if you're not, because our team calls are small. So I can see every single one that does not show up consistently for the team calls. Charmaine, she thinks she's too good to show up for the Thursday team calls. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Cameo, you don't ever show up for the Thursday team calls. I don't know if you've got other priorities, but y'all, I know when you don't show up for them. And then if you message me and say, Allie, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I'm going to say, ask me on the Thursday team calls. Ask me on the Thursday masterminds. Each one of you guys get invites for those. Are you making them a non-negotiable? Are you telling the husband, I've got an hour, I've got to do this? Or are you putting the kid in front of a tablet like I do mine and say, okay, honey, you get an hour of TV time. You're welcome. Mommy's got a work call. That doesn't make you a shitty parent. That doesn't make you a shitty parent, because you have to tell your baby, I have to tell mine all the time, honey, mommy's got to work. Because one day, mommy's not going to have to work as hard or as much, and she's going to get to spend more time with her. 2 calls that I put on for you guys to help you guys. And then once you're hitting Success Club, we'll do one-on-one calls, because we'll get deeper into goal setting. But to do those calls, I've got to be known that you guys are showing up and doing what you're supposed to. You got to meet me halfway here. They say your coaches do half of what you guys do, half of what you're going to do. Come on, y'all. I'm ready for you to start doing half. I'm sure you're ready for you to start doing half. I want you guys to be successful. That's why I'm doing this right now. I know some of it was hard to hear. I know some of it was hard to think about, especially those questions at the beginning. It probably stung a little. But I want you guys to be successful. So these are going to happen every single month. And you know what? It's going to get to a point where I'm going to ask those same 5 questions that I did at the beginning, and you're going to be like, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And those questions aren't going to hurt as bad. Right now, they only hurt because you know you're probably not doing everything you should be doing. But one day, all those questions, you're going to feel good about them. I know you will. So I know this went a little long, but I wanted you guys to think about that. So for November, my boot camp for my challenger starts on the 19th. That's going to be all Sean. I'm making a 5-week calendar to get everybody ready for Transform 20. So you guys are more than welcome to invite to that group, or you guys can put on your own group. Prep week will be the 19th, and it'll officially start the 26th. I'm also doing a coach sneak peek that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I believe. Yeah. So y'all can have any of your coach prospects join that coach sneak peek. I definitely want you guys to start doing them, but if you don't feel comfortable just yet, then you can invite in your coach prospects on that. But y'all, you got to start inviting. You got to start inviting. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope I see some names on the board. This month we don't have anyone except me, but it's only the 5th. So I want you guys to think of your goals for this month. Really visualize your goals. I know tons of you guys had goals of being Emerald, and you've had those goals and you keep having those goals. And then at some point you guys just stop working for those goals, or you just start settling. So what are your goals? What are your non-negotiables? And not non-negotiables like you said last month, because I know a lot of you guys said you had non-negotiables last month and then it didn't happen. So obviously it was negotiable. What are your non-negotiables that you are not going to let it turn December without happening? Heather, are you in my coach sneak peek? I just do it. I have that banner that I do. It's the same 3 days. So you can look at that and just mimic that. But I'm gonna start doing something new. Because I've been watching YouTube videos, but right now it's just I have a informational banner of what I talk about each day, so you can take a look and see the structure of it. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I'm going to let y'all scoot. I've got some work to do tonight, and I hope you guys have an amazing night. Okay, yeah, we'll get a picture. Everybody turn their cameras on. I love you guys, and just know all of this comes from love. I just want y'all to be successful, and you know what? Sometimes we just got to be tough love. There's Charmaine. There she is. Where's Brittany? Where's Brittany? Brittany's not here. There's Amanda coming on. I'm sure you guys were like over there just not listening, and that's why you had your cameras off, right? Just kidding. Crop my face and the camera doesn't work. Okay. All right, ready? Smile, everybody. 1, 2, 3. All right. I love y'all. I hope you guys have an amazing night. I hope to see every single one of you guys on our Thursday mastermind. Remember, come with questions, come with stuff to talk about, because those calls have been getting shorter and shorter and shorter because nobody has anything to talk about. So I love you guys. I'm going to end this. You guys have a great night, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.